Do you know what rhymes with Arctan? Do you? Do you? I don't either. All right, so let's get started anyway. That's what we're going to talk about today. Section 47b, we're going to be talking about the arctan. So the arctan here, if we take the sine of the arc, right, remember what we're doing is we're actually taking, when we're looking for the arctan of something, that we're talking about the angle of it, right? So we're looking for the sides of angles, but because it is that we're looking for the sine of the arctan, in order for us to find the angle, we actually have to draw the triangle. So if I draw this triangle here, right, tan is the opposite over the adjacent, right? So if I come over here and the opposite is 1, the adjacent is radical 3, that means that my hypotenuse is 2, so that means that this is 30 degrees. But it really doesn't matter because right now I have all the legs of the triangle, because when it is that I'm looking for the sine of something, if I'm looking for the sine, the cosine, the tangent, the cosecant, the secant, or the cotangent, I'm looking for the ratio of the sides. So, because I have all the sides named here, now I just say the sine. Well, the sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse. Hey, baby, look right there. That's 1/2. So, hopefully that's nothing new to us, right? The new part that's coming is this, is the arctan, all right? So, this is a tricky problem, right? Because most likely what it is that you're thinking is that you're going, oh yeah, Mr. Strew, that's really simple, right? I'm taking the arctan of the tan of 135. It's got to be 135, right? That's what you're thinking, right, Nick? That's what you're thinking? Because that's what I'm thinking. But when it is that we actually go to do the work, because it's important to show your work and to work things out, I come over here and I say, okay. I say to myself, I got the tan of 135. So I draw 135, and that leaves me with 45 here. That gives me a 1, -1, and radical 2 here. But it doesn't matter because the tan is the opposite over the adjacent. The opposite is 1 over the adjacent, which is -1, which gives me, this is -1. So I know that the tan of 135 is -1. So this is where we get in trouble. All right, because now what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the arctan of -1. Well, shenanigans, Batman. Do you know what that means? That means that I'm looking for the arctan of -1/1, because what can we have in the denominator? All we can have are counting numbers, right? Not whole numbers, not integers, not decimals, not radicals, not imaginary numbers, right? Just nice counting numbers, just like you cut pizza. You don't cut pizza into imaginary slices, all right? So now, when I draw this picture, right, now I have this is my opposites, this is my adjacent, so my opposites is -1, and my adjacent is 1. So now I'm in a totally different place, right? It's like I've been wormholed right from the third. Mr. Shoot, that's not the third. Right from the second quadrant to the fourth. And so, to the fourth. May the fourth be with you. So now I look at this and I go, oh, look, this is a 1/1 radical 2, so that means that this is -45 degrees. So the answer is not 135, but it's -45 degrees. So this is really a lesson to all of us, right? Especially those of us who have done this math for a while, and we keep trying to say, look, you guys really have to show your work, right? Doing these things in your head, you're going to end up getting lost. My videographer just kind of looked to the side like, you know, wow, like I haven't heard that 100,000 times, and yet I still don't do it. Oh, wow. I've only had 6 cups of coffee today. No beer, but the beer's coming. You know why? Because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. All right, really, you know, straightforward. This is all the stuff that we've done before. Here. Right, dealing with in here, but this is the one, right, we got to be real careful here and make sure that we are always showing our work, because this is not the only instance when it is that there can be a -1 here. So you got to make sure that you're showing your work. So, all right. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but we are not going to be allowed back into school this year, according to Governor Hogan. So Friday has been held over for an extra 4 weeks. I want to thank everybody who wrote to the governor and requested that the Fridays continue right into the summer. And but it doesn't mean that I don't miss you guys. It doesn't mean that I'm not thinking about you, praying for you, praying for your families. And I know we're going to get together very, very soon after this, school-wide, and get to swap stories about being isolated away together. So email me with any questions. See ya.